All right, it is Hello Again Wednesday, episode number 80. Hello Again Wednesday. I am so glad that you joined me this Wednesday out here on the West Coast. Thanks for following me on Facebook. Thanks for sharing and clicking all those buttons that are needed. Some of you are watching this later on my YouTube channel, Brent Miller, What's on His Mind. And be sure and leave comments and all that stuff that is needed. Click the subscribe button, click the notification buttons so that you know whenever things are happening on these Wednesdays when I do Hello Again Wednesdays. And as always, I do this in such a thought process that you are my special guest. I encourage you to participate. I encourage you to write your stories out. And I'm going to talk about something special coming up about this, but I really do encourage you to share these videos so that others too can become part of that special guest lineup. So click all those buttons as needed, share them with all your friends, share them with your families so that we can have a great conversation. One of the things that's going to be taking place on Hello Again Wednesday is this is the 80th, and so I know it's down the road, but we are 20 episodes away from being the 100th episode of Hello Again Wednesday. And so I began to ponder some things about what to do for that 100th episode. And the reason I'm telling you right now is because it's going to take some time to build up to what can be done on the 100th episode. Wouldn't it be great to maybe even, if it pans out right, maybe I will do a extended version, meaning it would be a longer episode to do on this 100th episode. It'll be a big celebration. And with that, here's what would be kind of really cool. What if on that 100th episode, we had 100 live viewers? Now, I know some of you click and watch and later on and stuff like that, but what if we could have 100 live viewers? We would have a set in stone time frame of this is when we're going to do the episode for that 100th celebration so that we can get 100 viewers on that day. Or at least let's start getting 100 followers. So that means clicking on my Facebook page, click and follow, click and find those notifications when I'm doing this so that you can participate, especially that one time, that 100th episode of being a follower. Or on my YouTube channel, which is Brent Miller, What's on His Mind. What if we could get 100 subscribers? See, I'm not like some of those, oh, we need a whole bunch. But it is a whole bunch. If we could get 100 subscribers for that 100th episode of Hello Again Wednesday, that would be really cool. Make sure those followers are doing the subscribers are doing the notification, that little bell ringing, so they know, so they can be on at the same time that we are doing the 100th episode. Because what I will do, I will actually have a setup to where I can do YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and ready, even having, because I'm talking about 100 conversationalists, ready? What if we do a Zoom live with 100 people on the Zoom? And so we'll make it to where we can all have this discussion and celebrate and talk about certain things. I would even take questions from the audience on that 100th episode. I mean, I'll take questions now and there before then, but can you imagine right then and live doing that for that 100th episode? I would set everything up with the links that are needed, and we will do a phenomenal 100th episode. The thing that's going to take to get those goals is going to be you sharing with others, hey, Brent's going to do something on that 100th episode. Let's be at least live for that one. And here's, I'll give you all that other stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's going to take some time to really build up to that 100th episode, but it is only 20 episodes away. And so, or you could be like my grandkids, This is 80. I think it's still 20. No, we won't count the 100th because that'd be on. So there's only 19 episodes, and then it's the 100th episode. Okay? So keep an eye out for that 100th episode that is coming our way. And I know it might be a little difficult, but I think it'll be cool if we can do it. Okay? Here is for the 80th episode. And I called this one actually. I mean, if you saw the opening, the credit there at the very beginning, it said "Kissing," KISSING, and you saw some pictures. You'll see it at the end too. But when I first started doing this thought process, excuse me, it was last week after my last week's episode. I was driving, and this came across for something, and so then I started typing right away, and I called it phraseology. Let me look at my notes. I think I called it phraseology. Where did I put it? Phraseology 101, Kids Way. And so what took place was, well, let me do the question of the day. It is, have you ever had the kissing song sung to you? KISSING. It's the kids rhyme. It's not those other, probably a bunch of other kissing songs, but have you ever had the kids rhyme of the kissing song sung to you? Here's how it came about. So I'm driving home from church last Wednesday, and so I've already done my Wednesday episode. I'm driving by this elementary school, and windows are down, and I can hear these kids that are singing to someone, such and such, so and so, sitting in a tree, KISSING. And I'm like, wow, that song is still being sung today by kids. Kids are still tormenting other kids. Holy smokes, what's going on? We did it. I did it. I've had it sung to me. And so I was just wondering if you've ever had the KISSING song sung to you. Go ahead and leave it in the comments, yes, or stories that go along with it. But as I'm driving and doing this, and then I come in, I start typing all this stuff up, I began to go, what'd be kind of cool is, when did the kissing song, KISSING, when did that one actually originate? What is the origin of that song? How far back can we go to find the origin of that song? So I began to, use Google and Wikipedia, and I just started trying all kinds of search engines to try and find out, when did this song originate, or this tease originate. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what, it was hard, and I still haven't found when it originated. What I found is comments from individuals that would say, well, you know what, way back when I was growing up in the 50s, I had heard this, KISSING being said, sung out. That rhyme is when I heard it. I haven't, obviously as we age and stuff, it's harder to find out any live people that will say, hey, yeah, you know what, I remember this in the 30s and the 20s. You understand what I'm saying? The farther back you go, you don't have that firsthand evidence of it being done. And so I can only go back as far as the 50s. Now, here's my challenge. If any of you know, and where you can really look up, not an opinion, but hey, you know what, this folklore, this children's folklore rhyme originated back in so-and-so era and time frame, and maybe even where it came from. I know, at least in the things that I've looked up, it's kind of been only connected, what I found is the UK and America. Those two sections have had that song of children's folklore done up. And so that's about as far back as I can go, is the 50s. And I'm still thinking about, what if it could go really far back? And now play along with me, if you will. What if it goes way back to, it's a tease in a way, you tease those two individuals, and, the boy and the girl, you're teasing them. Jack and Jill, or not Jack and Jill, that's another one. I think it was Jack and Jane is what the I've seen comments on of the song KISSING. It's a tease that goes back. What if it could go back to the beginning of time? When God created the heavens and the earth, and then he creates mankind, and here's Adam right here. He creates Adam, and all these other animals and all this stuff is all created. And Adam's hanging out with the animals, naming them and all this stuff, doing his chores like that. And but God sees that he could really use someone, and so Adam goes to sleep, and he pulls a rib out of Adam, and he creates Eve. And so let's just say this because it's the beginning of time. But here we have, ready, the first girlfriend. And so, Adam looks over, checks her out. Yeah, she kind of checks Adam out because he'd be the first boyfriend. And so you have this going on. But then what would happen is then you'd have more likely one of the animals, probably a talking donkey. Okay. Oh, no, don't worry, because that is in the scriptures. There is a talking donkey, not just on Shrek. And so maybe the talking donkey is a buddy of Adam's and says, hey, starts checking out Adam, checking out Eve, and Eve checking out Adam. And the talking donkey starts his thing. Ooh, Adam and Eve sitting in a tree. KISSING. Okay, maybe it don't happen that way. But I'm trying to figure out, origins of some of these children's folklore, children's rhymes like that and stuff like that. Just because of what happened driving by at elementary school where I heard it being sung out loud as I'm driving by. And so I guess I'm going to add to the question, not just has the kissing song been sung to you. How about this? How many of you have participated in such children's folklore rhymes growing up, maybe to start a game? I mean, ready? How many of you sat down? See, some of these things kids might not even do. Maybe they do. Okay, sat down and you did the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You put your shoes. Remember, man, we had so many variations. It was one shoe, then one. Then we didn't like getting called out first, so we did the eeny, meeny, miny, mo's. We had two shoes in, and so you've got 1 foot out. Okay, you got 2 foot out. Then you weren't, and it comes down to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. You had all of it. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or whatever. And then we had to add stuff. My mother said, da, 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 da. There were so many things we kept adding to the phrase so that we wouldn't be it. That's how I grew up. Or how about the other one, because we used to stay out till the street lights came on. Excuse me, especially in the summertime. And if you were playing tag or anything like that, or hide and seek, ollie ollie oxen free. That's how you got to come in because you're really a really good hider. Use stuff like that. And there is always the big tease. Now, how many ever use the one, last one there's a big fat pig? Or last one there's this and this. Or last one there's that and that. It was always something bad. Or last one there's a rotten egg. Okay? It was something you never wanted to be. So you never wanted to be last. You always wanted to beat the one who was last. Do any of these ring a bell with you? Have you participated in any of them? Well, let me know. I'd love to hear your stories, okay? Hey, we are just a couple of hours away from our 2 p.m. Bible study out here on the West Coast. I'm actually downstairs because I am still trying to make sure, get those things shot over to the Facebook on our church page. And so I'm going to try something a little different. That's why I'm kind of just a little bit early today because I'm going to try some computers in 2 different sections of the church. Down here for our in-person Bible study, which is also via Zoom, and you're more than welcome to join us with that. And maybe having another where it's on Facebook on another computer, but I got to get it to where there's no feedback from all the equipment that I use in order to do both our Zoom and our live in person at the same time. Like I said, you're more than welcome to join us for that. 2 p.m. out here on the West Coast. Pastor Mark, he is about 17 verses away from being done with the book of Acts. And then what's going to take place is we're going to immediately go into the book of Joshua. And so He's doing a fine job of leading us in our Bible study. You're more than welcome to join us. If you cannot join us for our Bible study, I always emphasize, please find a Bible believing church, a Bible following church, meaning you know the teachings, and join into that Bible study. Who knows? Maybe if you go, you might find a couple that's holding hands, or a couple might even steal a little kiss or something there at that Bible study, and before the study starts, obviously, or they might be holding hands during, and you can maybe don't, no, I take that back. I was about to say, yeah, you can do the KISSING. Nah, don't do that. But you'll remember this episode as you're sitting in on those Bible studies with them also. Okay, so, and if anything, ready for that other phrase? Don't be the last one there. Don't be, I'll say, the rotten egg. All right. So, just a reminder of the question of the day. Have you ever had the kissing song sung at you? Or have you ever participated in any of those other phrases of the phraseology 101 of the kids' way back in folklore? Okay. Leave me your stories. Leave me your comments. And always click and share every week. It'll make things take place. And don't forget, always go, you can go to Brent Miller, What's on His Mind, on my YouTube channel and catch up or watch these also. But hey, we're trying to get 100 of everything for the 100th episode that will be coming up quicker than we think. And so please join me, have others, invite them, and we'll see how many special guests we can get for that day. As always, I look forward to seeing you next week on Hello Again Wednesday.